Now we are going to study Robert Hall's random walk. Random walk differs from the other two models of consumption that we studied in two very important aspects. First is uncertainty. So here we will add uncertainty. And if uncertainty is added, then so is expectation. So add uncertainty and thereby expectations. The natural question is how such expectations are formed. To that extent, assume rational expectations. Now we have studied rational expectations many times, so we know the basic implication of assuming rational expectation. But before going into all that, let's see how this assumption or addition of uncertainty is being played out. So how it changes things. So in what we have added this uncertainty? We have added uncertainty. We have added uncertainty in income. So this is how the changes occurred, right? In Modigliani, we have assumed a regular pattern. Then in Friedman model, it is said that no, there will be irregular component. And then the natural extension is Robert Hall's model, where we include uncertainty in income. If income becomes uncertain, so is consumption. So uncertainty of income will lead to uncertainty in consumption. And since utility is based on consumption, this will lead to uncertainty in utility. So this essentially means that our whole problem of utility maximization will now turn into a problem of expected utility maximization. So now we have problem of maximizing expected utility. Maximizing expected utility. But apart from that, we keep our structure simple. That means we keep our assumptions intact. That is R equal to 0. And we also assume that our expected utility function is also additive in nature. So this means that the problem of the consumer is now the following. So the objective function now is this: expected utility, which is obviously a function of consumption, is the additive structure. So sum over T runs from 1 to capital T, expectation of U of CT, right? And what is the budget constant? So this will be maximized subject to the budget constant. So what is our budget constant? The budget constant is this: sum over expected consumption is equal to this A naught asset plus sum over expected income. Okay, let's take a look. Let's look at it a while. So everything has changed into expectation because we added uncertainty. Uncertainty in income, uncertainty in consumption, and uncertainty in utility. Okay, that's how the uncertainty is being played out here. Now, if I add rational expectation to this structure, what will happen? Before going to the actual solution of the optimum, I'll just divert and talk about rational expectations a bit, because the symbology and the optimal condition that we'll arrive at depends on this formation of expectation. Okay. So if I add rational expectation now, what do I have? Or what will happen? See, rational expectations, or at times this is how we write it. Rational expectation implies that only those changes will have impact which are unpredictable. So only those changes will have impact which are unpredictable. Okay? Now this is known to us. But if consumption, if current consumption CT becomes a function of or a sum of predicted changes and unpredicted changes in sense of RATX, because that's important, okay, in sense of RATX, then essentially what we have is a random walk. Okay, so I'll say it again, that given RATX, consumption will only change when there are unpredictable changes in income. But this means that consumption becomes the predicted changes which determines consumption. And for a rational expected under RATX, this basically means an amount of consumption which is known to you, or that part of consumption which is available after consumption smoothing. So we'll go into all of that, and the unpredicted changes. Now this basically implies that, so you can write it, hence changes in CT will follow random walk. Will follow random walk. Okay. In other words, so surprises in lifetime income, surprises in lifetime income only changes current consumption. So surprises in lifetime income or rather only changes current consumption CT. Okay. Just to remember, RATX means that a rational expectation means that the individual or the consumer that we are talking about knows all of this model. Okay. Now, expectations is taken over. Expectation is formed based on information. When we are dealing with a multi-period model, we must mention that the timing of expectation. Now, the timing of expectation is period 1. So, the decision is taken at period 1. So, the expectations are formed in period 1, right? Expectations are formed in period 1. What does this mean? This means that the information being used okay, is the information being used is the information available at period 1. And this is important. So the consumer is optimizing following our notion of present value. So the expectations are forming at period 1, and definitely the information that which that formation of expectation will take into consideration is basically the information available at period 1. Okay, so now we will introduce our notation which explicitly mentions this factor, which explicitly mentions this factor. So we'll write it E1 dot. Dot means, you can put any argument there. Okay, so what does this symbol mean? This means expectations calculated as of period 1 based on, and this is important, based on, as I said, information available at period 1. Okay, so the changes in consumption, if any, will have its source only in the new information available beyond period 1. So what I'm saying is that if between period 2 and period capital T, there is the last period, if there is any new information, then only the current consumption will change. Okay, and because it is not expected, okay, at T equal to 1, obviously those changes will be called unpredictable or surprises. Okay, now we will write the optimum condition, and obviously the optimum condition will look similar to what we have written before or in the earlier models, but they will come with expectations. So at optimum E1 U dash C1 equal to E1 U dash C2 equal to E1 U dash CT. Okay, so do not confuse them again. For example, this symbol means the expected marginal utility of consumption at period capital T when the expectation is being formed at period 1. So when I am calculating the expected marginal utility value of Tth period, capital Tth period, okay, I am forming this expectation sitting at period 1. Again, I am doing it in period 1. So in period 1, or let's write it this way, for period 1, C1 is certain because it is occurring in period 1. So C1 is certain, and all the information regarding this is available to me. So I know how much C1 is going to be. So that means I can write equal to U dash C1, right? No angle of expectation or uncertainty here, U dash C1. Then again, if this holds true, so if this line is true and this line is also true, then it basically means that the expected values of all the other periods, will equal to U dash C1. So this implies U dash C1 equal to E1 U dash C2 equal to dot 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 E1 U dash CT. Okay. Now, if I restrict my attention to just two periods, something that we did in Fisher, you can write this. In general, if expectations are formed at period t about period t plus 1, then as we just saw, Ct will be equal to expectation t, like in the first period, so in the tth period of t plus 1. You may say that why suddenly we erase this marginal LD part, because again, because of that old assumption or the underlying salient feature that we are not changing the utility function itself from period 1 to period 2, a reason that we have given in Modigliani's, right? So following that same kind of reasoning, this equation holds. Again, because of rational expectation, now if I consider the consumption at t plus 1th period, and if it differs from what is being expected, then the difference will be the random error, right? So this is my random error. Interchanging the side, so using these two equations, we get the result of we get the result of Robert Hall's random walk. Okay, and the result is this: Ct plus 1 equal to Ct plus E t plus 1 with expectation Et plus 1 equal to 0. You may not be able to connect, but this equation is basically giving us a time series model. When you learn time series in masters, you will see, you will get equations of this structure. Okay, and then you will understand the statistical counterpart of this random walk model. But before ending it, we must talk about policies or policy effects. Since we are talking about RATEX, we must talk about the policy effects a bit. And here also, we will get the same result. So if fiscal policies are unpredictable, then only they will affect consumption. So if fiscal policies are unpredictable, then only they will affect consumption. Okay. All right. So obviously, much like Friedman's model, expectation ET plus 1 equal to 0. So in the long run, you will not see this, right? So this, in the long run, you will not see this. That means with time, this discrepancy, with long run data, this discrepancy will be lower. Okay. Remember this equation. This equation, understanding this equation is central to understanding random walk model.